Hey everyone, I'm Megan Smythe from Charter Tech's Drive Your Business podcast. Welcome to Ep.4 Part 2 of our 4-part series where we filmed on location at the Pennsylvania School Bus Association Conference and Trade Show. So today our guest is Shawn McGlinchy. He is the immediate past president of the School Bus Association, and he also works for the Kraft School Bus Company in Westchester, Pennsylvania. So he talks a little bit about his term as the board president, how he worked his way up through the board, and what's coming up in the Pennsylvania school busing industry. So please enjoy and stay tuned for a preview of who our guest will be on part 3.
All right, you ready for our next guest, Meg?
I am so ready. I can't wait, actually. I think he's going to be a really fun guest.
Yeah?
Just based on our previous conversations. So
All right, so we are the Charter Tech Drive Your Business podcast here on location at the Pennsylvania School Bus Association Trade Show up here in beautiful Seven Springs.
Resort.
Seven Springs Resort.
And you know what? We are actually honored by this guest's presence.
Yeah. So it's not often that we have a president on our show.
Oh my gosh, our president. Everybody welcome Shawn McGlinchy.
All right. PSBA president.
Why, thank you. I'm excited to be part of this.
El
Yeah.
Presidente.
Yeah. My security details over to the side there. So.
Yeah, Secret Service is over there.
He's all right here, guys. You can chill. Have a drink for a second.
So tell us, how has your experience been as the president of the PSBA?
Wonderful. And I'll tell you why, because our membership. We have a great membership. We're over 300 contractors are members of the PSBA.
Well, thank you, because we are members.
And I appreciate your membership. And it's great. We have third, fourth generation families doing this business, which is so valuable for our school districts and so forth. And I love it. I get to meet all kinds. I've been all over the state with it the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
I really have enjoyed it.
Yeah. So we met you State College, I believe, right?
Yeah, last year,
Yeah.
I think we met, and you're with the Kraft School Bus Company, and where's that located?
So Kraft is located in Westchester primarily. We also run buses throughout the state as well as in some other states. So it's a family-run operation, and I know you'll have a guest on later to speak to that.
Yep, for sure. So yeah, what's it like been as president? Did you come in as with goals specific to making sure contractors, the membership, everything? Tell us about.
I did. So the way we do in the PSBA, you work up way through secretary treasurer, first vice president, then president, and then immediate past president. So the first vice president is the ledge chair, and I did that for 4 years. I did it during COVID. We secured funding for our contractors during COVID because we work well with the House and the Senate at PA. But the one goal I did have in mind was to align or fix, and I don't think we fixed it, but we just came off a great session, the unemployment system. And that has gone swimmingly well for our members. They've told us that. And that's a win for us. Mm-hmm. So that was something I was trying to get done during my 2 years as president.
That's great.
And you just said it was 2 years as president. What's the term? How does one become a president of the PSBA?
So they have to be a member. And what we look to, the work engine of the PSBA is the committees. There's 11 committees for the PSBA. And we look at that as leadership. Who is driving those committees? Who's working hard? And then we ask, would you like to ascend up to the president? So you start off 2 years as secretary treasurer. Then you move into the vice president for 2 years. And then you move on into president, and then you become the immediate past president, which is a 2-year term as well.
Okay.
So we know who's coming.
Yeah.
So, and we got great support behind us.
Right.
Wow.
So I do know that we are relatively new. We are members, I guess, in two situations.
Yeah.
With our school bus company, Superior Bus Service, and then our software company, Charter Tech,
as a vendor.
Yes.
And I discovered the PSBA not that long ago, maybe about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And I told her about it, and I said, because we were running Superior Bus Service almost blindly, because the rules are changing all the time, the laws are changing. We were kind of running the company based on the way that my father ran it, and it was based on the people who trained him that he bought the company from. And then we became PSBA members, and to me, it was just like a godsend. I was like, oh my, there's so much here, so much information, and there's a whole organization of people that we can contact if we have a question, and it's just been a wealth of knowledge.
Really has.
Yeah. Isn't it wonderful to see an industry where we're all competitors? We even share districts, but we're going to help each other.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever the issue is, a driver shortage, a training issue, another regulation that comes out. Ohana is what our theme is here at the convention, and it's all about family, and that's what we do.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad you're getting that kind of value out of your membership, because that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
I mean, even we were talking with Matt from RC Kelly, and he just has a wealth of information when it came to laws, because the only reason you find out about some laws is by accident.
Yeah.
Or a state trooper tells you or something. It's just like, oh my gosh. But having access to the lawyers in that's their niche, it's just been so great. And being able to call you guys, it's been super helpful.
Take the camera issue. I don't know if you know about the camera issue. So many members have put cameras in their buses.
Yeah.
And the state police did not catch up to where the regulations need to be. And we worked with them, and now we have the cameras approved,
Mm-hmm.
And Matt from RC Kelly was a big help with that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so cool. It's just having any access to that information is so helpful for us.
I mean, like Megan was saying that sometimes you would find out the hard way, through an audit or or you get pulled over, and then you realize that we're not doing everything to the what the compliance laws are today. So I mean, even the it's you have all your digital information, but we also get the printed newsletter.
The booklet.
The booklet.
Yeah.
That comes.
Oh man, it's so helpful. We're like, the new edition.
Yeah. It's
we
like,
make it a big deal at our bus yard. We're like, and we leave them all out for all of our drivers to look through.
The table of contents is right on the front there.
Oh,
I can tell you what's going to be covered, and
So you skip over my message. Is that what you're saying?
We just go right to the index, see where we're going.
Skip there. There's where McGlinchy's speaking today.
Page 1, McGlinchy's got you covered.
No, it's a great resource. A lot of work goes into that.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's very helpful though. Everything that with PSBA has been, we've never joined an organization so quickly.
Yeah,
once we learned about it.
It's amazing. It's a 43-year-old organization. Going to be 44 here soon.
Oh, wow.
And like I said, it's still viable, still involved, moving as we're doing podcasts now.
I know.
Come on. Back in the day, it was flip charts, and now we have PowerPoints and podcasts.
We're movers and shakers in this industry.
Yeah, but it's great. It's a great family environment. So.
Yeah. Do you guys ever interact with other states or just solely?
We
PA?
do.
Yeah.
So Dan Joust, who's here, he works for Kraft. He's actually the current president for New Jersey's.
Ah.
So there's a bigger organization called the NSTA. It's the National School Transportation Association.
Right.
In fact, there was a rep here today named Alec Petrillo was here. And that's how we bleed up into them. So they hold a call where all of us as presidents get on and we share best ideas. We also do a lobby day down in the federal, DC.
Super cool.
And then they have a convention that's this year in Nashville that I'll be attending, and Dan will be attending on behalf of New Jersey.
Oh, yeah.
And there's plenty of other folks. So people don't realize a lot of kids are getting moved by contractors like us.
Right.
Safe, reliable transportation. And the associations are helping them as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I also thought another thing that was impressive to me about the PSBA was just the fact that you'll go out to Harrisburg and speak on the behalf of the school bus contractors, and you're basically a voice for us all, for the government to hear. And I thought that was a really valuable resource.
And DC, not even just Harrisburg.
Right.
I remember seeing on the Instagram page that you guys were down in DC on our behalf, and there's so many laws and everything for us as contractors and school bus companies to keep track of. So it's nice that you guys have our backs.
And we ask, we say, what issues you want us to bring forward? And just like now, we just got done a workshop with the deputy secretary for unemployment, and just that access for the members is what we're looking to do.
Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah.
I mean, what would you say to Aaron if he was sitting here right now? Because he'll be here a little bit later. But did you really enjoy it?
Oh, I did.
Just kidding.
I did. I really did enjoy it. So it's quite the pace. That's why a 2-year is good. And he'll have the same support back at his shop. The crafts have been wonderful about that. There are 3 past presidents, Dale Kraft, Dallas Kraft, and then Blake Kraft. So they knew the routine.
Right.
I don't think I knew the routine as well as when the gavel got to my hand. It's like, wow, It's just drinking from a fire hose.
Yeah.
And I've told him that already. So we get on, we do weekly calls as leadership, and we say, I got this, you got that. And that's how it works with our committee chairs. I'll take that for you. So yeah, get your running shoes on. I mean, I'm wearing my Pumas today.
Very cool, actually.
Yeah, and it's like, I know I'm going to walk and run all day today.
Sure.
You know, and you do everything. I laughed last year. It was a wonderful member. I came off the stage and I said, hey, were you the guy up on the podium? He says, yeah. Hey, the men's room's out of paper towels. So we had to take care of that.
I'm right on top of that, Rose.
Yeah, we had, that's how it goes. But, we get great members. So we're here. So Aaron, he'll do great.
Yeah.
And nice. David Schrontz right behind him, he'll do wonderful too. We've done this for a reason. I say the forefathers set up the succession the way that goes for a reason, so people get the feel of it.
Yeah.
So it's been great, though. I'm going to miss it. But I'm glad it's over.
So. I know what you mean.
I was just going to ask you that. So.
Well, it's also, you said drinking from a fire hose. I feel like that's already our lives as school bus owners. So
it is.
Every day it's like, oh, what are we getting into today? I mean, 90% of the time, everything's great. But some days there's just like, what's happening? What's happening? Everything changes so quickly. It does. Definitely a fire hose.
So one thing that we learned coming to these trade shows, and what really inspired this podcast, was that we realized that we're not the only ones that have crazy stories.
Yeah.
And we come up here and we're sharing stories. Well, so we gotta document this because it's helpful. Yeah. Sometimes it's helpful to hear someone else's story and go, hey, we're not alone in this.
Yeah.
So we have a similar mission as the PSBA does to bring awareness, and we're trying to do it in a fun, entertaining way,
right?
And just kind of help each other through this crazy industry that we're a part of.
Yeah. Is there group therapy actually? Is group therapy?
I think the group therapy is what we do for the banquet and the cocktail hour.
Yeah, for sure.
But we do have, I'll tell you why we do it. We do have group therapy because people will call each other and say, "Hey, look, how'd you handle this?"
Yeah.
Oh.
And then I may not have the answer, but I may have heard it from Steve.
Yeah.
So I said, I'm going to connect you with Greg at Geshelman because he knows what to do. And then we make that connection all the time.
Yeah.
And that works well. I mean, I don't know if you caught Dr. Springer this morning, the keynote speaker.
No, I didn't.
We were setting all this up.
Setting this up. And he, his book is I Got Punched in the Face.
Yeah.
Well, he shared how he got punched in the face 3 times. And you saw the nodding around. If you do any exceptional learner special need transportation, you know how that is.
Wow.
But that's the PSBA moves 300,000 exceptional learners every day.
Wow.
And that's a viable service to the parents and the school.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. When I was really young, my mother was an aide for on a school bus.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. So she had stories like that. It's where it can be interesting.
It is. It is. But it's it's the start of the educational day in the Commonwealth. We move 1.5 million kids as a membership, and that's wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yep, they need to go to school too, right?
They do.
So.
They do.
Awesome.
Well, thanks for being on our podcast. We hope you had fun.
I did.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed this. So.
It gives us all an outlet to just have a bit of fun in such a serious industry that we're in. But it's just, we're having a bunch of fun with it. So I'm glad that we can make this happen today and just enjoy the beautiful weather out here in the mountains. Because in Philadelphia, it's hot.
Yeah, it's hot. Yeah, it's 15 degrees difference.
Yeah.
This is beautiful. It's worked out great. Well, thanks for the opportunity and best of luck with this.
Thanks. I'm glad you could make the time for us. So everybody, Shawn McGlinchy.
Shawn McGlinchy.
President of the Pennsylvania School Bus Association for now.
For a little while longer.
When's your term over?
Tomorrow at noon.
All right.
Wait, is there some sort of unveiling for Aaron?
Boy.
Does he come down from the ceiling?
No, there's a gavel path. We passed the gavel.
Nice.
Photos and stuff like that. And he's ready. I'll be introducing him tonight as part of I have some comments for him.
Okay.
Some fun, some serious, but it's all good.
You're like throwing the gavel at him. Here you go, I'm out.
I'm not that bad.
I'm just kidding. No,
I will say, well, talk to him. He's the president.
Yeah.
He'll get the paper towels next year.
That's right.
You're counting down the hours. Actually, just give him a roll of toilet paper or paper towels. Be like, here you go with the gavel. Yeah, you're gonna need this for very specific reasons, though, Aaron. Don't worry.
Don't worry. Cell phones posted.
Yeah. All right. Very cool. Well, I'm sure you still have a lot to do here as your last 12 hours of president. So thank you so much for taking the time. Go make a difference.
Thank you.
Thanks, Shawn. Thanks so much.
Yep.
So 4 generations.
Yes.
Please tell us when did crafts start?
1942 with my great grandfather. And he's like, I've never driven a bus. I've never worked on one. I've never operated one. Went out and picked up 2 chassis and threw a bus body on them, and we were in business. So we went from 2 in 1942 to about 2,600 in 4 states today.
2,600.
Yeah.
God,
We have
that's
15, and I hate my life some days. Did you say God love you?